A Moment of Zen is sponsored by Fintech TV.
Fintech TV, the newest streaming channel focused exclusively on the business of blockchain, digital assets, and sustainability. Broadcasting from our studio on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange with daily reports from NASDAQ, global expansion, and 24/7 coverage. Become part of the launch. Head to fintech.tv/invest. Fintech.tv/invest.
Tune in to A Moment of Zen, Saturday nights from 9 to 10 p.m. on 710 WOR, the voice of New York.
Hi, I'm Vince Molinari, and welcome to Fintech TV. We're broadcasting from the iconic New York Stock Exchange, and I'd like to welcome Chris Ruddy, who is the founder and CEO of Newsmax Inc. Chris, welcome to the New York Stock Exchange, at least on Fintech TV. I know you're a great IPO this week. So much to talk about, but I am thrilled to welcome you to the show today.
Well, thank you. I'm really glad to be on. Fintech is getting a tremendous reputation, so I'm glad to be on with you.
Well, Chris, truly that means so much coming from you, as you've been a trailblazer, fellow Long Islanders, Catholic high school participants together, watching what you've created in the media space, endured the entrepreneurial growth, pains, all the things that we experience, and be doing it in media and pioneered the way you do. You've really been an inspiration and a model for us here at Fintech TV, so it's an extra thrill to have you on today.
Well, you guys, you're reporting stuff that the rest of the media aren't reporting, and I think the Newsmax story is really a great story that just is not getting. The Financial Times did a story yesterday. We have a link on newsmax.com to it, where they said, Newsmax has got a really impressive story. It's a very credible company. It's going to make lots of money. It's got a lot of way to make money with the way cable license fees work and everything else. But they said our strategy is a good one. And that was from the Financial Times. We had to go to England to get that.
Well, let's get into that a little bit, right? When you get the validation of a Financial Times from abroad, giving you that seal of approval, saying, hey, done right, there's a lot here. What do we have to do differently here stateside? How do we get media out there to continue to grow and get messaging out that's important to communities?
Well, what's great is the old gatekeepers are going, right? The distribution points. Now, we love cable. It's been a market we're growing into. It's constricting, but we believe live news and sports will still do really well, and we're part of that. People will be very robust for at least 10 years. But we're in the streaming side. We're in the OTT platforms, the DigiNets on broadcast. All of that's going to be the future. And so we're doing both, and you're doing this as well. So it's great. And I think there'll be other technologies coming up, too, that will be impacting broadcasting and the way information is disseminated. And we want to be there. We're reaching about 40 million Americans right now.
Wow, that's
it's a big
impressive
number.
That's a huge number, and I think maybe the fourth largest in the country when we look at that.
Yeah. Well, of cable channels, and according to the Nielsen coverage rating, we're number 7 of all cable channels, which is amazing.
That's
incredible. I mean, there's hundreds of cable channels. The other thing is the Reuters Institute came out with a study last year which said that there are only 12 top U.S. news media brands, and Newsmax was one of them. And they're all billion-dollar companies for the most part, and we're now joining that club, and it's, I think, appropriate. We came out with a market cap of $1.1 billion. The market's saying we value Newsmax. We see its potential. The shares have gone up. They're settling down a little bit, which is good. But, my focus is going to be on the company results, not the share price.
Well, and your results will drive that share price. But I would be remiss if I didn't give you huge props on, I think we're referring to it as the first crowdfunded IPO onto the New York Stock Exchange main board.
Yeah.
And what resonates so much being part of the Jobs Act and that journey here and the advocacy is how you took that to market. Right. Engaging your viewership to be stakeholders, your stakeholders to be viewer, and really create that tighter relationship with we'll call it the community. So I see so much value being driven within Newsmax because of the loyalty of your followers, I'll call it, your community.
Well, I think the American investors are saying we like Newsmax, we value it a lot, and we want it to grow, and that's why we're putting a high value on it. I hope that's what they're saying. So I think that we have a lot of work ahead, but I think we're going to have a lot of progress too. And the confidence, we raised $300 million through this Jobs Act process, because remember, it was $75 million in IPO. We did a preferred raise, $225 million. We have tens of thousands of investors. I like that because we partner with all these people across America that want us to succeed.
Well, aside from the innovation that you're doing across media, and we can talk more about the technology and the data and the information flow, to engage 30,000, I think was the number that I heard, individual investors to be part of the journey is, that is the vote of approval, right? People voting with their capital and their time into one entity. So I think it's a perfect formula.
I think, people talk about Donald Trump. The election was a game changer. Over half the country said, we like Trump, we want change. The media was 90%, that's what the study shows, against him in coverage. They don't represent America. They don't represent balance and fairness in the old journalism. What we did, Newsmax did, is we gave the public both sides and let them decide. And that's really like saying that, wow, that's mind-blowing. Newsmax gives both sides. That's what we're supposed to do.
Isn't that the epitome of independent journalism?
Yes. And so we're bringing back that old-fashioned, they'll say, and all the big media, the CNBCs, the CNNs, don't like Newsmax because we're hurting them in ratings too. They're competing with us. It's interesting. They never disclose in their stories. By the way, Newsmax is beating us in ratings or about to overtake us in ratings.
Well,
so
what's next? Can you give us a little window of where do you see the future in the next 12, 18, 24 months for media, for Newsmax specifically, if you can?
If you go to newsmaxinvest.com, you'll see that we have a layout, all our documents, what we're planning to do. We have the cable channel, we think significant growth. We have Newsmax 2, our streaming channel, that is growing wildly. And then we have Newsmax Plus, which is our streaming service. More than 300,000 people have signed up for the service already. And we think that's the beginning. When you look, Fox Nation has supposedly 2 million subscribers. I mean, there's a lot of potential for growth there. And we're doing not just news, we're doing family friendly. You can download the free app, by the way, on your iPhone, smartphone, and start it for free in the trial, Newsmax app, and you can watch Newsmax Plus, and it's amazing, and we're just getting a lot of people signing up.
Chris, massive
Vince,
congratulations again. Thank you for joining us. Look
I like the tie. I don't have to go on safari this year because it's incredible.
We've got it live here with us.
You can't see this. It's giraffes and elephants and a lot of things that
all part of our daily safari.
Yeah.
Thanks again, Chris.
Thank you. Thank you.